Peace, everyone. I hope you are very well, wherever you may be. Welcome back to the mini-series dedicated to exploring infinite potential. That is the boundless creative essence that surges through your life spirit and consciousness of all life on Earth. Let's go through the manuscript as we usually do. We are entering part 2 in chapter 4. We will read through this page, and depending on the review and reflection, we may go into the next page or we may save it for the next presentation. So without further ado, let's get right into the context today, the manuscript. The word heaven reflects balance in the mind, the spiritual higher self of the individual manifested inside of the body, harmonizing both spiritual and material aspects of our being and living from the heart or equilibrium. I'm going to read that one more time. I'm a little rusty. The word heaven reflects the balance in the mind, the spiritual higher self of the individual manifested inside the body, harmonizing both spiritual and material aspects of our being and living from the heart or equilibrium. In the word heaven, I see heave, which means to uplift. I see the word even. I see the word eve. Haven. The word itself is reflecting balance, equilibrium, manifesting consciousness inside through the body, harmonizing both the spiritual subtle bodies and the material aspects of our being. The word heart is the word earth. Equilibrium is the midpoint, the balance point, the heart chakra in the chakra system. Part 2, managing relationships, reductionist method. At this time, please review the reductionist method on pages 17 through 21. Everything we experience is based on a relationship we have with some body or something. Advancements in nanotechnology and biotechnology continues to intensify, and the reliance and dependency on technological services are merging with the collective consciousness of human life. This, dear friends, is no God for you or I to depend or rely on for anything. I think I don't want to go into too much here because there's enough on this page alone to contemplate and ponder for the individual, for the viewer, and myself as well. These are daily efforts. This isn't something that we choose to do for one day out of the week. It takes tremendous daily efforts to approach this from a strength and willpower where you're committed daily. Why do I say it's difficult? Well, let's just say challenging because of all the bombardment of information that is coming at us from all different angles 7 days a week, 365 days a year, unless you live under a rock, unless you make efforts. I think that's one of the big differences from older times, we'll say. You make the efforts to get away from it because it's so overwhelming. And if you don't make the efforts, it's sort of in your face, everywhere. What is this? I'm talking about the technological services merging with the collective consciousness of humanity, of human life, which trickles into our individual day-to-day routines, habits, energy patterns. This is nothing for you to depend on or rely on. What do I mean? An example would be your cell phone. I don't know why my camera keeps doing that. Your cell phone monitoring how far your steps are, or your watch, your heartbeat. To me, this has become overwhelming, as I previously mentioned. Now, whether you think it's good or bad, that's not what I'm here to give my opinion on. What I'm stating simply is that it's encroaching more and more. These services that are in the illusion of being more convenient are actually just a vortex, vacuuming your independence. That's why I said this page alone has enough to sit and contemplate. We can utilize tech for tools, but it's sold as consumption. It's a consumption tool. Okay. We're responsible for developing a better relationship with this tech, these services. So that's the point of this page. Hopefully that resonates and gives the viewer something to ponder. Again, everything we experience is based on a relationship with somebody or something. And think about what I'm saying. What are they trying to convince everybody to rely on and depend on? Including their own systems and even fiat models that they're merging with a virtual, digitalized, technologically advanced effort and operation. Who do they want on board? Well, they need somebody to use it, right? This page does suggest go back to page 17, which is actually it's page 16 through 21. So what we're going to do is go back to page 16, and that will be reviewing the reductionist mentality when implementing solution to the energy patterns that are being focused on, meaning anything that requires your energy requires some level of relationship. So developing a deeper awareness for the relationships that we have, being able to become the inner alchemist and have the desired agency to rationalize emotion or energy in motion, and acquiring a level of transmutability that we can instantaneously move and allow the energy to flow through into the creation field at our desire, with our willpower, with our intention from within, if you will. The reductionist method is simply saying not to overcomplicate or overthink anything, in the process of developing better or more healthy established energy patterns. Reductionist mentality doesn't mean not to try things. It's the opposite. It means to try new patterns serving a healthy purpose or a more healthy or necessary purpose with something else that wasn't serving a healthy purpose. So a bad habit, right? A negative and that can be just a train of thought. Think about that phrase, a train of thought. Your thought frequency is like the train. The reductionist mentalities also suggesting not to add multiple supplements or even back to your thought, the way that you're thinking, don't overthink it. It's the same idea. Physically, you'd be saying, okay, I'm just going to take all this and we'll see if it works. And this can be dangerous. And also, not to expend your life force energy, your prana, to anything that is out of your control. A lot of our emotions can get, again, vacuumed or vortexed into this matrix field, and a lot of the tools that are used in advertising for incentivizing individuals to be consumers rather than producers is very carefully strategized down to a subconscious level to subliminally program the idea into the mind, the collective mind. Separate from external stimuli serving no higher purpose. Separate. It's okay. It's uncomfortable. You feel like you need people all the time, but to find the true you have to dive into these depths. All of the stuff out here in the creation field, especially built into this matrix that we're elaborating on, processed foods, entertainment, digital mediums, there's a box, with yapping in every room of the household. Not the household here necessarily. I don't have a TV or cable. Obviously, you can get it through any medium now. Cell phone is not a cell phone, it's a computer. A car isn't even a car, it's a computer. We are, reminding, we are the most advanced computer. Earth, the heart, heart, earth. We are the earth. I'm not saying like we as in humanity being separate, okay? We are one with all that is. The goal is to redirect the intention of your will to a healthy mode of production. Again, this is the polarity, consumption, production. It's okay to purchase things that are useful for you. But do we spend enough time these days thinking about, is this actually useful for me? Or before we spend a lot of money on something that we may be able to take on ourselves if we spend a little time and effort. You could put that money into other investments. It's not about having it to be able to spend it. It's about what you keep and what you can invest and build. Again, this comes back to that psychological mentality that drives everybody to have the newest this and freshest that. Our life force energy needs to be dedicated to healthy modes of production. Consumption should be brought to a minimum. This allows your creative essence to begin flowing. Sure, you're going to have disruptions and imbalance. You'll have frustrations. That's normal. You're supposed to feel that. You're supposed to go through mistakes in order to grow. You're not supposed to tiptoe on eggshells. It doesn't work. You have to embrace the challenge and move through the darkness with the light of your life spirit. You are all of that. You are all of that. If you can quiet the external stimuli, you're going to provide the necessary silence that will give you the real sound, the primal sound that exists, that inner voice, that intuition, the sound of God, the creative essence that surges through your life spirit, that all of this external influence is constantly trying to drown out. It's trying to feed your physical five senses pleasure, sensuous pleasure, physical world pleasure, with no challenge involved. Integration of silence is going to naturally build the divine flow, the divine intelligence internally that are moving all the gears and cogs, the chakra wheels, chakra gears, if you will, the meridian systems, the nadis, the life currents that flow through our being. The overstimulation is that when you take it away, it's allowing, here, I'll pull this page up for you to view while I discuss. In the middle here, it's the vibrational effect from the external frequency patterns that cause the imbalance are limited, minimalized, and now you are able to have some, at least, increase clarity in the development of and cultivation of these relationships, these internal relationships. This is working towards balance. And again, this is a perpetual effort. Okay, this isn't like a one day a week. This is perpetual effort. Just like your life spirit is making perpetual effort to stay alive and to survive and maintain equilibrium, we have to initiate and be responsible for this awareness and cultivate our own efforts every day. Now, you can opt out, but you're only making the challenge, you're worsening it for yourself or prolonging your expansion, your growth, by bringing down your vibrational patterns into loops of lower nature. And it starts here, guys. It's not in the outside here. Like I go and buy this or no. It's here. Now, this suggests also that you don't have to be in complete silence to access communication. I'm elaborating on this to allow some different perspectives for individuals who do want that instantaneous connection, or maybe you have it and you're just in and out of it, or you're working. We are all in different stages in our courses of expansion, and we're supposed to be here reminding each other and helping each other remember where we need to get back to. This is the false illusion of advanced technology. There's nothing advanced about it. This can be a completely different video in the future if we want to talk about, but this is not advanced. Go backwards. The harnessing power is within, and quieting the external is what opens up the silence. But within the silence is the sound, the primal sound. This is from which all potential and chaos moves through. Keyword is balance. Because we can be unknowingly, and I bring that word awareness, we can unknowingly be manipulated by and influenced by these external frequencies. And nowadays, if you do deeper research, example would be Alana Freeland. I actually have this book here, but if you would like, I'll plug her book, Geoengineered Transhumanism, Ilana Freeland. I highly recommend, if you're interested in learning what's been happening. There are so many references in it. It's just almost indisputable. Everybody builds their own fantasy of beliefs, it seems like, and until you can shed all the belief systems that you're being indoctrinated by, this is where the information can get a little hairy. But this is why they give you scary movies, because they want to feed your fantasy with this whole fake Hollywood holographic imagery and iconography. All right. I'm not saying don't watch this stuff, guys. Develop the inner eye to understand the deeper aspects of what's happening, the spiritual or metaphysical aspects of what's occurring in the programming language. Why is the script working like this? I personally don't really watch much film, but because I know I've already done, I know what's going on. And at this point, a lot of film, there's nothing original. But I'm sure for many people, that's not a surprise. Again, Alana Freeland, excuse me. That's Geoengineered Transhumanism. I definitely recommend that. So, the focus, again, is developing these levels of agency and willpower, understanding the elusive powers of the distraction fields, trying to take little pieces and parts of our consciousness and keep us from internalizing and going within for deeper introspection. Again, silencing the external to allow the real silence to speak out of the power of the primordial silence. It's the paradox, I suppose, that it's not silent. Your boundless potential that surges through and within, we are allowed by practice and exercise to cultivate in the darkness that is the blueprint of the imagination. So this is the Etch-a-Sketch, whatever you would like to make the example, where you can transmute any picture, any you have boundless potential in this space. At this time, we will reflect as much as necessary the relationships with all that we do, which is the life experience. These relationships are the conductors, subconsciously, of our magnum opus. our journey, our soul journey. It cannot be explained enough the importance of this section. Please give direct intention to your feelings and emotions. It's just your energies in motion. Be one with all that there is. Stick with the course and feel. You let all of the unnecessary BS for keeping it G-rated here. Let it burn. That when you let it burn, that becomes energy. That fire that's inside of you, toss it in there. That's your spirit that's constantly contemplating. And you make that willpower intentfully. And you say, I'm going to let it burn. And that burn, that's fuel for the spirit. And now your transmutability greatly increases, significantly increases. Your awareness of this, it should be like steam coming out your ears. It should be right, and you should see it if you look at yourself. You should feel it intuitively. The God is the guide. Shout out to Brother Sanchez, by the way, because I'm almost positive that's where I heard that. Brother Sanchez. Much love to you, man. Thank you for all your hard work and what you do. This full embrace with oneself enables amplification of electromagnetic communications of the chakra system, including the heart. That's just what I was referring to. It's fuel. Fuel. You can fill that gas tank anytime. That's your chi, your prana, your life force energy. And please, again, if this is, maybe your first time or first couple videos, I highly recommend, I suggest the viewer go back and watch at least some of these in this playlist, because I've gone over this in previous videos and sharing different perspectives. So please, part 1, pages 16 through 21, that's where I'm referencing some of this right now. Please, I encourage anybody to go back and check it out, because a lot of this will synchronize and interweave itself. And as you utilize it, however you will to, going back and being able to bounce back at any point and, back forward again. You're time traveling. Take advantage of the creative essence we have within and synchronize this material at your willpower as you desire. It's designed to be a utility in your tool belt. The creative process in its purest immaterial form, let me pull up, nope, not that, okay, there we go, is ever present in the perpetual self-contemplation of the life spirit that is the sacred fire, the soul fragment and fractal of the omniscient oversoul, of which each and every vibrational waveform of existence is inextricably interwoven with one another. God, the All. We have reviewed some important notes to consider as we step the outer edges of the forest and begin traversing deeper wilderness. What is that? That is the subconscious planes. That's all that means. Oh, sorry, double that. Okay. So we're bringing the dark and light. We're bringing a connection, synchronous way of sharing the perspective of this context, or multiple perspectives of this context. So that was just a quick review of chapter 1, pages 16 through 20. And also, I think that will wrap up we're going to close out today's video. That was great. Hopefully you got something out of this video today. Please feel free to share any insight or any of your thoughts, comments about any of this. I do understand that some of this might not be as entertaining as, a lot of channels, so I get that. And I think that I'll add some current events and other sorts of awareness development strategies in our current day, modern day media. Although I will say I think there is sufficient material in Peaks and Valleys and Synchronous Universe that goes over that. So let's see. Closing out for today. I'm trying to get these pages. These pages are so sketchy. If you roll. Oh, okay, here we go. I think I was closing out. Yeah, there we go. 17 through 21. And we're going to close out, just so we're not confused here. This last sentence is before we went back to chapter 1. This, dear friends, is no God for you or I to depend or rely on for anything. So again, with your awareness, your inner eye, your intuition, your insight, your faith, these are all technologies that far defy anything that we're being sold in our current day technology commercialized sales. Don't be fooled, don't be tricked. Your truth is your most important technology, your prana, your life force energy. Protect it. All right. With that being said, everybody, I'm going to close out the video for today. And I really appreciate anybody and everybody who stops by, leaves a comment, likes the video. And if you're interested in more of this content, as long as I'm here, we will continue. Hit the subscribe, stick around. Please share your insights. Please share with anybody that this might interest. And remember, we're all here to help each other. I do have the Peaks and Valleys available in paperback and Kindle ebook. So if you would like to support, that is the ultimate way to support me, but also yourself, investing in yourself. Also, I have a Patreon community that is free to join. That's just another way to get into contact with me. You're welcome to contact me via YouTube or my email. That is in the bio on the YouTube page. Synchronous Universe is the follow-up to Peaks and Valleys. It is also available in paperback form. These are going to be great utilities for your tool belt as you expand consciousness. It will all be available here, and we are going to go over every page in detail. So ultimately, it's free. And, well, you have to invest your time, which is your money, essentially. But you don't have to invest time and money if you don't want. Just stick around, share your insights as well, and let's help each other along the journey. And with that being said, everybody, the comment section below will have those links. And I'm wishing everybody a wonderful Friday, moving into the weekend, at least where I'm at in Georgia. And we'll close out the video with a visual here. Again, thanks everybody for sticking around. If you made it this far, thank you for your support. Hopefully this these videos are giving you something to contemplate. It's empowering and encouraging. That's the goal. At least the material is designed. It might make you a little anxious too. It's designed to do all that. But really wrap around the mind of the individual, the boundless potential that exists within us, and going into that. Okay, you see we flow with the elementals, and surging through our being is boundless potential. And that is, I think, part of the course of all the distraction. Anyways, before I begin rant 2 today, I'll digress. And everybody go out and have fun this weekend, enjoy time with yourself, with your family. Please take care in all of your endeavors, and I'm wishing you the absolute best. And as always, I'll see you in another video, and much love. Peace.